How do people get started in virtual production like this? How do you start? I mean, we're talking about really high-end, multi-million-dollar productions, but how do you break into this industry? What do you need to know? What do you need to own? What do you need to have with you?
It's the film industry still, right? So it's pretty similar. You know, so if you're in like a major city, though these stages are everywhere now. If you're in a major city, it's the same as like how do you get on set? If there was no LED wall, it was like a built set. It's the same formula. Not that there is one. It's try to get on set. That's really what is important at any level. You could own a rental house with every light in the world, every camera in the world. You need to get yourself on set. And so depending on what position that is and whatnot, I would say if you're specifically interested in the virtual production aspect, because really it's like, how do you get on set in general? How do you become a director?
Sure.
Same director that directs TV shows today will be directing virtual production TV shows. It's the same DPs. It's the same art department's been somewhat changing, but it's the same people, same producers. It's the same people that make Netflix shows are been making them. If there's an LED wall on set, that's the same. Specifically for virtual production, if you're like interested in kind of like developing for that or like doing it on the indie, is getting something like Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is the game engine that I use like every day at this point. It's what they used on Mandalorian. It's what they're using on a lot of TV shows. And that's really like the big change is that Unreal Engine is now free. You just head over to the unrealengine.com. It's free. You download it and you turn it on and it just does the real-time rendering for you. So like typically you think, oh, 3D world, or if you've done any 3D, you're like, oh, 3D world, add some lights. I render it. A few minutes later, I come back and it looks okay. This just happens real time. You're just always seeing it if you have the computer that can handle it. So like that's really the big step for filmmakers is to start to open Unreal Engine, which is not typically something you would do. And then if you're even more daring than that, you would get something like a VR system, like an HTC Vive, whatnot. And I think I saw someone on the show who had a Vive.
Yeah.
And that's the
Adam
step.
Lissagor from Sandwich really wants to kind of break into this industry as well and kind of implement it more in his productions.
That's the step. So if you see filmmakers like all of a sudden, like, why is there like video game hardware on set? Like, why do you have this VR system and like, Xbox controllers? And you're like, what is like, that's the sign that people are moving into virtual production. And then that's it. So with a HTC Vive, essentially, like which is a VR headset with controllers and they have a little tracker, like specifically just for tracking. It's a little puck, they call it. You can do green screen virtual production and you can also do LED virtual production. And you can do, if you want to set up a mini Mandalorian set, you can use your computer monitor, a little Funko Pop toy, or like whatever toy you want, almost whatever camera you have, and it could be done for free. It's called N-Display. So Unreal Engine, and if you look up N-Display, you'll eventually find my Facebook group, because like that's where a lot of the people are like kind of like getting into this. You could do it in like a week if you just like kind of like bear down, did all the tutorials. You can set up the exact same setup that we do for big Mandalorian shoots on your computer monitor. And if you can imagine like the LED wall shoots for the Mandalorian, it's like over multiple LED monitors. You should see there's people that are like, not film industry people. It's like they have like 4 computer monitors and they pan the camera and across and it's doing the same effect for free. Like you don't pay for that software. It's Unreal Engine and Display, and then you need a Vive tracker or Vive.
So are you saying in display? I-N?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's N, like the letter N.
Oh, N?
And then display.
Display. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
I will put all of these links in the show notes so you guys can check it out. And of course, I'll reference, Matt Workman's stuff too, because that's really the place to be if you're into this stuff. But so we have N Display and also Unreal Engine.